Good to see you. Good to see you. Connected to the chat here real quick, to the comment section, as they call it in the YouTube's world. And if anybody's in here yet, if you could please, if you can see and if you can hear me, hit the like button. There we go. All connected. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Rick Stumball, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Can you hear and see me okay, sir? Get my sleeves rolled up because this is going to get, I got a feeling this is going to get a little messy. Here, I can hear and see. Cool. Very nice. Let's see, give everybody else a second to get in here. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little fried chicken, some French toast. Now, like I said in the post, morning GH, what's up, buddy? I know that chicken and waffles is the usual fare for this kind of thing, but I'm kind of, be honest, I'm kind of waffled out. Between pumpkins, the pumpkin time, and everything else, I'm pretty done with waffles for a while. I have a freezer full of waffles. So the French toast is what's on the agenda. I'm kind of running a little bit behind. I'll show you guys. I did bagels. I'm making bagels. I'm in the process of making bagels. Now these won't be done. These bagels won't be done while you guys are here. These will be done probably either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. But I've got about 6 bagels that I made. So let me see if I can get them in the shot. So I'm making just plain salted bagels tonight, and I had to do the stretch and fold and put the holes in them and all that. So that's where we're at with that. Bagels for the Beaks. Yeah, the Beaks loves bagels. She loves them. I love them. I mean, these bagels are really good. These what I've been doing with my bagels is I've been just like kind of treating them like a salted, like one of those freezer pretzels, where I put them in there, and then I put them in, and then I coat them with a little bit of water, and then I microwave them. And they're so good, it's like a pretzel. Welcome to the Big Sunday Show. Yeah, Big Sunday Show. The snowed in Sunday Show. I am absolutely, I am down to, I couldn't go get milk yesterday. I could not go to the dairy yesterday. We got hit with a ton of snow yesterday, and I was able to maneuver through town and get some basic necessities, but I wasn't leaving town yesterday at all. So it just is what it is today. Like it's to the battery. Yeah, please. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to, one of the things I like to do with, if I can get this over there without, now this is the bread that I made Thursday. So not only am I making chicken for today, the deep fried chicken, I'm making some chicken later on for chicken sandwiches, and I have another loaf of sourdough in the refrigerator. So let's go ahead. We're going to cut these off, and then I'm going to stick them in the oven at 250. Let's see, bake to 275. I'm going to go 275 on these into the oven for about, I don't know, till I need them. I'm going to keep them low. A lot of times people will leave them out and they'll let it stale up, as to where I kind of do the opposite. You want to dry them out so it sucks up the moisture but leaves the center. So what they would call, what real chefs call in the center of your bread, what's called the bones of the bread. You want the bones of the bread to not be stale as well, so it holds together. So over here on the back, I've got my bread. I'm going to put that on the on that round griddle, and I'm going to set that into the oven and let that sort of dry till I need it. I'm just going to do 2 pieces because we have about, I don't know, about a pound of chicken. I'm going to cut that up and then we're going to egg wash that. And I'm going to do that a little different too. Usually I do the classic KFC style egg wash, which is like water, egg white, and milk. And do it like that. But today I'm just going to mix up some egg and do it that way. And see how that works out for me. I think that'll work out pretty good. 250 pounds, Rocket Caver, what's up? Mrs. R says hello. Tell Mrs. Rocket Caver we said hello as well. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Okay, so that's all the bread I need. And the bread pieces, if you couldn't see it before, the bread's fairly thick. You're talking maybe about 3/4 of an inch thick, which is what I want. I do like a nice store-bought white bread French toast, but if you don't have to, why would you? So let me get this put back away, and we'll set that into the oven to kind of just sit in there and dry out while we cut up our chicken. And then we'll get that. I actually should have got, oh, I need to get another bag out so we can do that. But we got the Lodge 5-quart in the background doing its thing. It's slowly heating up, and that's what we're gonna have. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I haven't had. I'm kind of hoping that I don't screw up the chicken, because I haven't made deep fried chicken since probably late last winter. Because I usually do this in the garage when I deep fry or outside on the patio, but weather has deemed it to where we're working with what we have today. So that's what we're doing. Working with what we have, which I don't mind that. I'm just glad we aren't making waffles. Okay, so anyway. Get this set up. Like I said, I am a little bit behind, not too much, but just a little bit due to the bagel making. Now the bagels will sit out here for about 2 more hours, and for another an hour and 23 minutes as they proof up, and then they'll sit in the refrigerator for about 10 to 12 hours. So that's what's going on with the bagels. Hey John, how are you? How are you? Cynthia, what are you doing? Step 1, T-fall. I wish I was, no T-fall today. No T-fall today, but I am going to cut this chicken up. The chicken's been drying out for about probably an hour now. So I'm going to get that, I'm going to slice that up long ways. So we're going to do strips. I'm not just going to throw a whole, big old piece of chicken in there. I would do that, I'd flatten that out if we were going to, if I was going to make a chicken sandwich. We'd probably kind of knock that down like we would like a chicken parm or something along those lines. But we're not going to need to do that today. We're hoping that this gets up to temperature at some point. Get our slicing knife out. Kind of trim that little bit of fat off there. And make some beagle snacks. She does like a little bit of chicken. I don't like to give her a lot of chicken, but I can give her a little bit. We'll cut these down into some nice chicken tender size pieces. There we go. That should be good. I hope everybody's not as bad off today as we are. This is just, this weather here is really unseasonable and not wanted. It is way too early. We got up this morning, it was 6 degrees outside. The Biggs is absolutely in protest about going outside. And when she does, she's absolutely amazed at the snow. So that's not helping me much. I don't need her to be amazed by the snow. I need her to be amazed by going outside and not trying to sniff everything. And I think she's convinced that there's something in the tree line as well when there isn't. There's nothing in the tree line that hasn't been there. That's not there every other day than today. So yeah, we were gonna drop to 70 degrees tonight. It was so cold. I know last night I took her out at like 2 in the morning for absolutely no reason. She didn't do anything, but she acted like she did. And it was 11 when I went out last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up this morning and it was 6 degrees outside with the wind chill. And we're like 40, I mean, we're literally like 40 degrees below normal right now. So it's freaking cold, way colder than usual. Go Bills. Let's see. Welcome, Chris. We got in here, Chris Ravello. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? And so yeah. Here, watch out, Bagel. Now she's going to be underfoot. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to let that kind of chill out. And what did I say I have that at? We got 320. Oh, 320. I'm glad I looked at that. I want to take that down to like 250, 275, depending on your oven. And then we're going to make our egg wash. Is this getting hot yet? Yeah, it's starting to heat up. Beagle, you got to go. Go on, sweetie. Go on now. But yeah, so that's where we're at with everything. And I'm using the cast iron Dutch oven today because I'm going to leave this out in the garage with the oil in it. I want that oil to kind of season up and get darker because that's going to help me out in the long run. Let me move this off to the side. Move my butter out of the way. There we go. But it is definitely slow morning. I mean, that cold is getting everybody. Mr. Cast Iron, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Tell Teresa I send my best in. And yeah, tell Teresa I send my best as well. So let me move this butter off to the side as well. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our egg wash. Which should be fairly easy to do. Let me get a bag out because I'm going to do these. A lot of times I would dredge them, but I think I'm just going to put them in a plastic bag so that I can just throw it away when I'm done. And today I'm using Kentucky Kernel seasoned flour. If you if you aren't familiar with Kentucky seasoned flour and you're new to the show, Kentucky Kernel is highly seasoned flour. So what I do is I cut it in half. I do 50-50 all-purpose flour and 50-50 Kentucky Kernel flour, but it tastes exactly like, it's really similar to what do you call it, Kentucky Fried Chicken batter. It's almost identical. So I really like that. And I've got a couple of these that I want to kind of condense down. Like I said, I think I'll do a little more than that. There's no reason to skimp on any of this. We've got that. We're going to throw our egg wash in there. We're going to throw just a couple eggs into that. Let that hang out. I'm still going to drop just a little bit of milk into that as well. And we'll whisk that up. So yeah, we're at 250 on that. And I'll keep an eye on that because I just wanted to kind of dry the bread out and give it a light toasting, I guess you'd say. It would have been nice to be able to get out to the dairy. My dairy is in the middle of the country. And not only is it in the country, which is pretty much outside of town, is snowed in, but then their farm is like a quarter-mile lane into the, like, you have to go down a quarter-mile lane, like a dirt lane to get back to their place. So It's not one of my most, I doubt that it's, I don't even know if it'd be open. I'm gonna check maybe this afternoon, because I am about out of milk, but I gotta do that. Let's check comment section. Did everyone hit the like, double tap center of the screen? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rick, appreciate it. That should probably do it for that. But yeah, like I said, normally I do it a completely different way of the dredge, but today I'm trying this out because I was doing it sort of KFC style, and when I was doing that, I was kind of getting the KFC effect where it wasn't really staying on as great, so I'm just going to try it this way. And I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic salt into that, into the egg. Just a little bit, just to kind of enough to season that up, just some. There we go. Who else we got in here today? Little onion powder into that. We'll wait for our oil to get caught up. There we go. And let that, mix that in. Pretty excited about the bagels. I don't know if I have any more in the freezer. I know I've got some more English muffins. Because this week, I'm gonna try and make, I've never made Eggs Benedict before, and I'm gonna try and make Eggs Benedict. So, that's gonna be my big thing, which is another reason I wanted to head out to the dairy today, because I wanted to get more eggs, so I can get eggs out there without having to go into town to get eggs. There we go. There we go. Nice. See how this bread's doing down in here. That bread's don't need it to do too much. Bread's fine. But yeah, we're just heating that, warming that up, taking some of that external air out of it. Taking some of the external air out of there. And then, let's see. Smoking Bears, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I just saw you a little bit ago, Smoking Bears. Let's see, let's get this up there. Now my temperature, my thermometer, since I broke my regular one, this one only goes up to 220. So we're just gonna kind of, we're gonna eyeball it to get us up to 350. But I don't think that should be much of a problem. And while I'm waiting on that, so we've got our dredge for that, and then I'm also gonna mix up, the French toast, which I should only need one egg, but I'm gonna do two, just in case. And it's gonna be really similar, honestly. Now I was watching, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nigella Lawson. She's an English cook. And if you've ever seen Nigella Lawson, you'll understand why I really never paid attention to anything she's actually made. I just watch her show. And, but they make something over there called eggy toast. And they eat it with ketchup, which is, it's a little spin on, it's a spin on our French toast without all the good stuff in it. There we go. There we go. And I'll use a lot more a lot more milk into that. And then we're gonna put, this is for, like I said, this is for our French toast batter. So, and let me get another whisk out that's not attached to everything else in there. And we're gonna whip that up. Yeah, that that oil is starting to smell hot. There we go. got a splash of milk in there. And then we're gonna put a half teaspoon of, I like to go like a half teaspoon for every 2 eggs in this of the vanilla, or whatever. You can use whatever flavor you'd like, but a half teaspoon for every 2 eggs. That's generally the that's generally my little way I do that. So I'm gonna set that off to the side. There we go. So where is everybody checking in from? There's a lot of new, I've seen a few new folks in there today. Where are you guys coming in from? Let me see here. AW, good morning. Chicken and eggs. This seems savage. Like a mother and her. Probably. Could be worse. There could be a lot of other things you could throw together that would be worse than that. Let's see. A little bit of pumpkin spice. That's got a little bit of everything in there. And then a sprinkle. I like to heavy up on the nutmeg. I like to use pumpkin spice because it's got everything in there. And I really heavy up on the nutmeg. There we go. I might milk. I gotta milk that just a little. I gotta add just a little bit more milk to that. I'm trying to be sparing. And I got up this morning and I made coffee. My coffee was all ready to go when I got up, and I didn't even think about it. And I poured in that big bucket of coffee, and then I just started throwing tons of milk in there. I'm like, oh man, I need that I'm gonna need that in a couple hours, and I'm not gonna want to go anywhere. So there we go. That's looking pretty good. You want it to be nice and creamy, almost like, sometimes what I want to try one of these times is making custard and doing my French toast in a custard. I think that sounds pretty good. Let's see, over here, doing smoked paprika like a basic bitch. This I just try. I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you, AW, I'm not a huge fan of smoked paprika. Because to me, it makes everything taste like barbecue sauce. I don't know, like, I mean, I can see why people would use it, like I said, I could see why people would really dig on that. But it just seems like no matter what I put it in, and I gave it a container's worth of try to that. And yeah, I just didn't care for it. When I ran out of it, I never re-upped. Okay, so we don't want to mix these up. We don't want to mix the onion onion and garlic with the now you got me saying paprika, with the pumpkin spice and the nutmeg and vanilla one. There we go. Oh, and the most important ingredient for your French toast, black pepper. Just enough to cover the top, not too much. Especially if you're using cracked peppercorns, that gets a little strong, but you definitely want that pepper in there to kind of make everything else pop. There we go. Let's see, I can make eggs taste like pork ribs. Sign me up. I'm a huge pumpkin fan. So this is epic. All right, so you came to the right place. Well, I hope you're having a good Sunday. I know I am. It's going to be a nice, relaxing, get ready for the holidays kind of Sunday. Because like I said, I might try and go get milk. But other than that, I'm not trying much else. So we've got the heat up to about medium. I'm going to go ahead and pull. I'm going to check this toast. Oh man, that's smelling good. That was that homemade bread that I made Thursday. That smells really good. Salted, like a salted white bread. If I can make eggs taste like pork ribs, I got you. I read it wrong first time. Yeah, I never thought about that. Let's see. Give that another. I'm gonna give that another 2 minutes in there. I'm just gonna keep, I want this to be really creamy. And then I'm gonna set that off to the side because the French toast isn't gonna take long at all. But I wanna give that other, I wanna do that egg wash for the back. I wanna put that through the spin cycle again as well. Because I don't want them separating. Because they will kind of separate as we go. There we go. We're not, hopefully we don't need a lot of that, but if we do, we do. And I can always add more egg, but I don't think we're going to. We can always add more flour, which generally that's what I have to end up doing. Because I go pretty sparingly on the flour, but I always end up adding more, so that is what it is. We'll cut off, use one of these little pieces, and we're gonna put that into there. And then we'll add this into the bag. Let that sit. I'm gonna let some of those sit in there too. I'm just doing this to test the waters of that oil back there. Okay. And I'm not gonna for these I'm gonna double dredge it, but for this, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just checking it. Oh, that's it. That's where we want to be, right about there. You guys can see that. I'll put you guys over here, and you can see that back in the back. That's starting to, that's doing pretty good. But the reason I want to save the grease is I know this is going to be really light. Those are going to be really light even when they're done. So that's just going to be what that is. Wash my hands a little bit. So we'll let that. We'll see where that goes. And I do want it to be a little bit hotter than 350 because once I start adding all those other ones in there, it's going to take that temperature down a lot. So I'll let that kind of hang out and do its thing. And I'll get a little boat set up over here with paper towel in it. There's some paper towels in it so we can put that in there. Hi Kathy, good morning. How are you? Yeah, that makes AW. That makes 100% sense. Kathy Cochran, good morning. How are you? Yeah, that makes tons of sense to me. I mean, may not to the average person, but I 100% get that. Cold, yeah, we're cold here too. But I mean, you know, if you're out in Vegas, you got to work with what you got, right? And I'm not judging, so. Give that a flip. Yeah, that's working out pretty good already. I like that right there. So we're gonna get that into there. We're gonna get that into there. Ooh, I need to put that, well, what I'm thinking. This back over that way. I'll be right here. And we'll let that, it keeps wanting to hug that wall, so nobody can see it. Being a refugee. We're going to, I'm gonna take that down just a touch so it doesn't overcook. And then I'm gonna do these other little pieces. I'm gonna do these other little ones. This might be enough to keep the dog from bugging me. There we go. And I'm gonna pull that French toast out before, or I'm gonna pull the bread out before it actually turns into toast. I don't want that. Hello from Sisenga. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. And hello from Scotland. Hello from America to Scotland. Move this out of the way. And then this will heat my cast iron up too. But you can see it's not browned up or anything. It's just really dried out. It's got a nice like toast consistency. So I'm hoping that it stays together, which is kind of crucial. And we'll give this a chance here in a second to get out of there. But they're floating. So I'll take that as being done. But I am going to take that temperature down a little. I'm going to take that down to 4. Those should be done. I'm gonna put these in the basket. Hey, Ima, how are you? I'm gonna keep it real. Oh, I thought it said Ima. I'm gonna keep it real. Now the party's starting. Okay. So there we got that. Get that off to the side. Put these off to the side. Let them marinate over that way. And then we're gonna go and start making these. We'll start throwing all this together. Because the French toast is not gonna take me long. It's gonna be real quick and real to the point. I will flip my toast over just a little bit. But we're gonna throw a bunch of these in there all together. Remove this. I think we can about retire that whisk for now. For right now. So what I'm learning is this guy can cook. How he gets the chicks. How much for 3 of them? Man, you're out in Vegas, dude. I'm here in Ohio. You got way more access to that than I do. So we'll soak a few of these, as many as we can get in here and keep them covered. What time is it getting to be? Oh, it's only 11:30. We're just buzzing right along here. That's cool. Maybe we can get all these in there. Let them sit for a minute. And we'll move that out of the way. We can actually get that. So I think that is going to be plenty of. That's going to be plenty of strips right there. Plenty. We'll do those big ones in first. Let them sit around. Get right. I'm sitting there for about a minute. And once we get these going, and once we get to the last one, we'll let them cool off. And then we'll start worrying about our French toast. I've got the syrup back there heating up on the back burner, or sitting on top of the stove, so that should be good and warm by the time we get to it. So there's that. Let me wash. I don't know why I'm washing my hands. I'm just gonna get them nasty again anyway, but habits are habits. You never know in Vegas. Yeah. I've got a pretty funny story about Vegas, but I'm not going to share it here. Nothing terrible. It's just I went to Vegas and I never actually got into Vegas. And I was only there for about 2 days. My mom goes to Vegas every year. Goes to Vegas and she goes out to the pawn shop. You know, if you get 3 for $100, you're going to be missing your wallet and end up with stabbing. Yeah, you're going to wake up in a tub of ice with your kidney gone. Yeah, I've heard of that. This guy that I worked with, his parents went with another couple down to Mexico, and they went to a restaurant, and I'm trying to think how this actually went. I haven't thought about this in years, but they went to a Mexican restaurant in Mexico, and all of a sudden the lady they were with, she got really sick, and so they took her. So they called a cab, and they were taking her into the local hospital, and then all of a sudden she disappeared. Like they couldn't find her, like in the hospital. Like there was no record of her at all. Being like they wouldn't let her back there. And then the husband heard her yelling, and went back there and got her out of there because they weren't treating. She was sick. They think she got poisoned. They think that she got poisoned, and they took her there, and then they called another cab to come and get them and take them away from that hospital, and it took them right back to the hospital. So man, that is so, and that's 100% true story. So these things do happen like that. And they eventually got away. They got to a policeman, which I don't know how much that did for them, but they got to a policeman and he got them out of there. Get that into there. We're gonna double dip these, give them a little extra crispy. There we go. So that's why I don't leave my country if I don't have to. I kind of just hang out here. Worst thing that can happen to me is I get my identity stolen by somebody on Amazon. Let's see, there we go. Give that another shake. And we're gonna dump that in there. That grease is needing to be taken down a notch. Seems like it's hot. Seems like that grease is a little hotter than it needs to be. Anyway. You guys back over that way. You can see what I'm doing. These are nice sized chicken strips. There we go. I think that should be plenty to get started with. There we go. Let those hang out in the back. Leave a country, it's the same country. Let's see, keep the guard beings close by at all times. Yeah. She doesn't know what she's guarding though. That's her problem. Like I said, she's been absolutely fascinated with something that's in the tree line, and there's nothing there. Like nothing. Like I usually, when I take her out at nighttime into the backyard, I take a flashlight because we do have skunks around, and I don't want to be getting skunked up in the middle of the night. And so I do take the flashlight, and I don't ever see anything out there. She just it's different for her. She's a young dog, and it's just different with all the snow, and it's cold, and she doesn't want to be outside, and it's just, yeah, phantom squirrel. The squirrels are all hibernating. I mean, we have tons. I think I counted the other day, because now all the leaves are off the trees. I counted like 17 or 18, what do you call it? 17 or 18 squirrel nests, just like right in my backyard. Because you can see them all up there. But, snow, I've heard of it. What's it like? You build a snowman? I have built snowmen before. Snow is one of those things that the older you get, the less cool it is. And like, it was still cool when I had little kids and take them sledding and stuff, because they'd go crazy. But once you kind of pass that point, and then your job is like to drive to work or go to the store, or you want to go somewhere far away, the snow just kind of sucks. But luckily where I'm at, it's like 90 days, and this is really early. Usually it doesn't start, at least it hasn't been starting, till like right around Christmas, and then it runs in like about the first part, a couple weeks of March, like around St. Patrick's Day. It kind of gets down to like jacket weather, so it starts to kind of maneuver out of the way. Oh yeah, that's working out really good. That's sticking really good. I like that. Let me get some tongs. Flip those over. Put that part down. Boy, it smells good. That smells like fried chicken. It smells really good. Turn that over. It might be a little overcrowded, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that smells really good. Turn that back over. I like that side's a little, got that one corner that's not very dark. But I'm going to give that the float test, and once that's done, once we do the last batch, we're going to kind of snack on some of this stuff as we wait. Those youngsters don't buy Cadillac with rear-wheel drive and horsepower. It does nothing in the snow. You know what I used to have? My very first car was a VW Bug, 1970, I believe. And that thing would go through anything. That thing with the engine on the back wheels, and it was super light. That thing would go through like anything. And it was badass to like go into parking lots and do donuts, because all the weight was in the back end, and you could just do donuts for yards, like a football field. Well, the only thing moving would be the gas gauge. Yeah. Let's see, cooking with peanut oil. No, I'm not cooking with peanut oil. I'm just using whatever oil was in there. I know it's not corn oil, so I don't use corn oil ever. But I think I just had some, this vegetable oil from, leftover from the summer that I used up. And then after that, let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking really good. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. And they're nice. The crust, the batter staying on there really good. And like I said, I've never done it that way, but it seems like the last few times that I've used my same technique I've used forever, it seems like that the batter kept coming off. So if I figure if I'm gonna fry in the house, I'm gonna stink my house up, make it smell like Denny's in here, then this stuff's gonna stay. It's gonna stay on there. What's going on, Pete? Good to see you. Cast iron cooking, yeah, 100%, buddy. Pretty much all I use that and a little stainless steel. Of course, one of my daughters asked for a stainless steel cookware set for Christmas this year, so I have to go pick up some stainless steel for her. And that ain't cheap. I could buy a Griswold for what I'd be paying for that stuff. Let's check this out. I think that one's starting to float. I'm going to say that one on the end's done. And we'll get that into the beagle herd. Pieces. I don't feel like having the beagle in here doing tricks right now. We're going to get this one out and we're going to check and see. We're going to take its temperature. But it came out pretty good. It's a little more golden on that one side. I think I'm going to stick it back in there for just a second with that other side. Brown up a little better. We're not in any hurry. It's Sunday. Nobody's going anywhere. I got a full thing of coffee. Tucker, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Lodge Putt need to be... Oh, man, I just lost that one. I just lost what you said. Lodge Pots need to get me a set of lot and season it proper. Hope you pass that bad boy down. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, honestly, that I do these videos. That was initially the reason I started doing them, is so that, like, there's a lot of history ones, or like I do short videos where I put the name and the date, so my kids have them with a record of it. Because I have everything written down that I have, kind of the years, like circa when they were made. But I know that, like, that's going to be the last thing that all the cast iron is going to be gone. And then they're going to find that book that has all the prices and all the information about them on there after the fact. So that's why I started doing the videos to begin with, was for my kids. Let's get a temperature on this. Because I don't have a whole lot of grease in there, so they're not going to float. Let's see what it says. Let's see, Tucker Burst. Has everyone hit the like, double tap? Hi, Greg, I'm better. Roy and I are watching. Good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me get this thing in there right. I need to go get it. I've been to the store twice and I forgot a probe thermometer both times I was there. Both times I was there, I forgot to get a probe thermometer. Yeah, these are done. This first round's finished. So, we'll take that out of there. Get a reading on that. That first one's done. And these little boats, like the ones they have at the fair, I get these at Sam's Club for 20 bucks, and I think I get like 1,000 of them. They're the greatest thing. They are the greatest things ever. Way better than paper plates. Way better than paper plates. But I think I literally get 1,000 of them for 20 bucks. Let's see, what did I do with that? What did I do with that thermometer? I don't know what I did with my thermometer. Ugh. Pros and cons. Oh, there it is. It's underneath that. It's underneath that. Let's check the temperature out on this big one here. Give that a look-see. Because this thing's pretty, this old Cooper's pretty accurate, but it only goes to 220. So, yeah, we're at 170. So we're definitely cool with that. And then we'll throw the rest of those in there. And I'm gonna say these are done as well, since they're all in the same batch. But I think they're looking really good. Can you guys see those okay? I think they're looking good. That's gonna be chicken strips for days. That's gonna be like, I'm gonna have to make something out of chicken strips. What it looks like. Chicken strip sandwich later on. Okay. So I'll set that off to the side, and then we're gonna batter the rest of these up. There we go. Let's see. Let's get these back into there. Let's get these into the dredge. That's still looking pretty good. Can you see it? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But it's still, a lot of times it gets clumpy. But this is doing just fine. And we'll do 2 more of these. Do a double dip on those. And like I said, that Kentucky Colonel, man, it's really good. It's just like KFC. It's the exact same taste, but I like it better, actually. Got any gravy left? I do not. I do have that barbecue sauce. I got barbecue sauce and I've got honey mustard that I'm gonna have. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm out of blue cheese. I thought I had blue cheese in there, but I was actually mistaken because Ming has a thing of ranch in there in the refrigerator that's not opened yet, and I thought it was another thing of blue cheese. And for anybody who's ever watched this before, knows exactly how I feel about ranch. I think ranch in a pinch is maybe okay, but I think blatant use of ranch is probably should be considered a felony in most states, with the maximum penalty, with the maximum sentence applied. Because I'm just not a fan. And my kids put it on everything. They put it on pizza. They put it on chicken strips. They put it on, they put it on everything. I've tried it like that. I gotta say, honestly, it is not my jam. Let's see, that's just because your reflexes are faster than Teresa's. Let's see. Add just a little bit more of this flour to this. Oh, it's just not enough. Let's see. Kids bathe in that stuff these days. Yeah, they do, man. I don't get it. I do not get the attraction to ranch dressing. I saw somebody the other day, and they were somebody was making fried ranch. Like they were taking cream cheese, and then they took that Hidden Valley Ranch, like the mix, and they mixed that in with cream cheese, and then they battered it and they deep fried it. So they were deep frying ranch. Needless to say, it was like watching somebody eat Peeps. It made my teeth hurt, like just watching it. I couldn't believe it was actually a thing. Okay, so we got those going in there. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna throw the rest of this batter away because we're done with it. All right, so we're done with that. I don't see any use anymore for this egg wash, which we kind of managed to use most of, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty down for that. I am down with that. So let's get over here and get our toast going. And I'm going to heat up the skillet over here. Turn that up to. Then, thankfully, one of the things with heating up the bread into the heating the bread up into the in that cast iron griddle, and I will wipe this off. I will wipe that griddle off real quick. But one of the nice things about that is it's already heated up my cast iron, so it shouldn't take long to turn that, get that up to speed. Let's see. There we go. Get you guys back over here. I think I can get everybody back sort of in the shot all together. But I'm not going to batter this up until I'm not going to batter that French toast up until we get to the point where the griddle's hot. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that. That's looking pretty decent. That oil is breaking down. It's one thing about using cheap oil, which I got that for Ming's graduation party, and it's not usually the oil I get, so it's breaking down pretty quickly. Let's see what we got going on. Check comment section here. Let's see. I can talk about her. Oh, Mrs. You can talk about Mrs. Cast Iron now that she's back there sleeping. Gotcha. Roger that. Tricky. But yeah, I know I talk a lot about health and stuff on here, but I'm definitely getting away from, now that my butcher shop has tallow available, I think we're going to be switching over a lot of our frying, which I don't do a heck of a lot of deep frying. Like I said, I'm very rusty at deep frying because I haven't deep fried something like this since last winter, maybe last January or February. But I do want to try one of these strips. Get some, start making ourselves a little spot here for the yeah. Let's see. They're so meant to be. Love the handle on the Dutch oven. Yeah, I do too. It's pretty handy. It's a handy handle. So yeah. That's starting to, the griddle's starting to heat up. So we'll switch you guys over to here, over this way, and get you guys down into there. There we go. There we go. And I can see the comment section too, a little bit. Looking very yummy. Thank you, Senga. What time is it where you're at? There was a drink that I saw the other day, and it's Scottish, and it was an orange soda. And I'm trying to remember what it was, but I watched on YouTube turned that soda into, yeah, turned that pop into orange cake. And I looked it up. I can get it here, but it's got like a really like masculine name, and I'm trying to think of what it is. 855 in California. Is that a Wagner skillet? No, this is that's my Lodge go-to 9-inch round griddle. 5 p.m. Beautiful pizza. Glad I'm not there. My day would be over with. I was looking yesterday at flights too. Yeah, Iron Brew. That's exactly what it was. I was looking at Iron Brew because I saw that you can make cake out of Iron Brew. And folks that aren't familiar with what Iron Brew is, I'm no expert, I've never had it, but it looks absolutely delicious. And it's been around for a long time. But yeah, I think I can get it, but it's like one of those things where it's like it costs more to ship it than actually to buy the stuff. One of those kind of deals. So let's check this out and see if this is ready to go or not. Because I don't want this to cool down too much, and I don't want it to be too hot either. There we go. Get that butter on there. I used to drink it all the time. What is it? Is it like an orange? RB Real, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Choo choo. RB Real just hit 12,000 subscribers. He's going to be up there with Mr. Beast here pretty soon. RB Real is going to have he's going to have his own chocolate bar, and he's going to be fighting Jake Paul probably next year. It tastes hard to describe. It looks orange, but I was thinking it was almost like a Fanta, so it's not like a Fanta. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like Fanta. Which there's nothing wrong. I like Fanta. I've always wanted to try Fanta from other places. Like, Canadian Fanta is like way different than what we get. We get some kind of, I don't know what the heck they call the Fanta we get here. I don't drink it too often. The only time I have a Fanta is when I go to McDonald's and I get a Big Mac. I get my usual order at McDonald's, which is a Big Mac and 2 filet-o-fish sandwiches and an orange drink. No, it's a tinny taste. Kind of irony. Like iron itself. Okay. Doesn't sound like as much fun as I thought it would. But yeah, there was a guy, no taste like orange, but it looks like orange. Oh, I got you. Keep it, cast iron. Have a great Sunday. Yep, see you, Mr. Cast Iron. Hit the like button on your way out if you would, please. That'd be great. But yeah, oh, and let me put some, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about this. I gotta put some pumpkin spice on that too. Take care, buddy. Yeah, a little pumpkin spice on there. Not a lot, just a smidge, and a little more of the nutmeg. There we go. See how this is doing. I want to try one of these chicken strips. Yeah, these seem to be just chugging right along. They look great. If you guys can see over there, can you see those? These are looking fat. These are looking extra crispy. That's the double dip for anybody who may not be familiar with it. That's the reason I double dip them, so they are extra crispy looking. They are actually extra crispy. We'll let those kind of hang out on that side. These are getting pretty done too. Your dad loves it. It's nice with whiskey or vodka. You got a double dip. Yeah. I can't drink it. It reminds me of alcohol. I'm like that with ginger ale. I don't drink a lot of ginger ale because I always drank ginger ale with I'd have bourbon and ginger ale. That was like my go-to. Kind of how a lot of people drink 7 and 7s. I would drink ginger ale and Jim Beam. That was my go-to for better part of a few decades. If I was having mixed drinks. Okay, so that's going. Let's check this. Let's flip this over. There we go. You guys see that all right? There we go. Let's see how this is. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'll take that. I'm gonna turn that up just a little bit. But I think those are about finished too. I've got a nice basket of chicken over here though. Make a nice basket. See that? That's a basket of chicken right there. That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of basket of chicken that you want to walk around and walk out of the fair with. Let me take the temperature on this one of these. See how this is doing. We might be ready to plate this up already. I know it seems pretty quick, but pretty fast for me. I should have said at the beginning of the stream that this was going to be quick. And I say it all the time, but when I do, it never happens. Goes into like 2 hours. Let's see. We can edge up to 160. And we hit 165, exactly 165. I will take that. So let me get my plate. Let's get the plate going. I'm going to take these out. Turn that off. And you guys back around over to here. There we go. Turn these back over. But yeah, that's a big old, that is some chicken right there. That's a lot more than I thought. But I haven't had fried chicken in so long. I'm due. And I'm gonna hit that with another paper towel on top. There we go. Yeah, man, I know, it smells great. It just smells like, it's like walking into a chicken. It just smells like a chicken place. For sure. But I do gotta get my plate. I'm gonna get my plate set up. Watch the Iron Brew advert. It's pretty funny. I watched the whole thing. When I saw that thing, that recipe about Iron Brew, I went kind of down like a sort of a rabbit hole into what it is, and I almost ordered it, to be really honest. Let me get my loads of them adverts. Some of them are funnier than others. Yeah, 100%. Let's get this over here out of the way, over to where we're kind of plating this up. We're gonna start plating stuff up. About half an hour until the bagels have risen all the way. Some of these big chicken strips in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That other side on that French toast. Let that oil cool down. Put the top back on there. Let me get some. I want some barbecue sauce with that. That's what I'm wanting with my chicken strips. Since I don't have my blue cheese, which is usually what I have. I'm gonna do barbecue sauce. You live about 20 minutes from the factory? Oh, that's really cool. Can you smell it when they're breaking it? Like in the air when you get close to it? I used to live close to a schnapps factory, and you could tell like by the day like what schnapps they were making. There we go. Waffles, or the waffles. I want to keep saying waffles, but the French toast just needs about another minute. Taste that sauce. Man, that sauce is good. That's the sauce that we made the other night. Yeah, it's got all that stuff in there from where we made it the other day. We're just giving that another quick second to go over there. Put that in there. This into there. Turn that off. I've got another piece of toast to make, but I'm going to see if I actually want it or not right now. I don't know if I do. Our butter going. I would have liked to use my honey, but my honey's all, you can see it, my honey is just completely crystallized. So that's the one thing about getting really sweet honey. You gotta mess with it. And I just didn't feel like messing with it today. There we go. Plus I'm gonna put a little bit of that syrup on my, put a little bit of syrup there off to the side as well, if you guys can see that. And we got our syrup back here warming up. Some real maple syrup. There we go. All right. Let's give this a day in court. I'm ready. I'm ready to smash. I'm ready to totally smash. I want to try the chicken strips first. Ooh, the chicken strips. Can you see it in there? Those came out perfect. I'll take that all day long. Not with the sauce. Mmm. Mmm. It's still hot. Some of that syrupy butter. Mmm. Mmm. That really came out good. That chicken came out perfect. It's got a nice crunch. And that sauce is really good too. And then I'm gonna eat one more bite of that, and then we're gonna try the French toast. Mm. 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 Yeah. Okay, let's try this out. Let me get a fork and a knife. Because like I said, the way I do this, with heating that bread up first and sort of drying it out, is that you can see on the inside of it, one, it makes it nice and soft. But if you can see in the inside, that's what, like, if you went to like a really, really good restaurant, they want you to have it's called the bone of the sausage, or of the toast, and so it doesn't fall apart. So when you dry that out and then you put when you put the egg back on there, it makes it crisp up really nice, but then you still have that center. That's a humongous piece. I don't need a piece that, I'm gonna choke. It gives it almost like a cake kind of a texture. Mmm. Wow. That is really good. Really, really good. I could have made it a little bit thinner, but if you can see on the inside, you still have that little bit of texture. It's still hot, but it's not like falling apart. It's not mushy. So it makes it stick together. Man. That is super, super good. And that pumpkin spice, and like I said, when I use the black pepper, you don't have to use a ton of black pepper, but it makes the other stuff have that really, really spicy flavor to it. It brings out all the spices and the cinnamon and the clove and all that other stuff from the pumpkin pie seasoning. It really just, man, that's really good. I think I don't need to be as stingy with the maple syrup as I was the first time. I'm about out of this as well, so I might as well. I got one more piece of toast over there, but I'm not going to make it right now. I'm going to eat my stuff and all that. But that is really good. I'm going to take that. And this chicken is super good. Get that into the syrup. Have it the right way, kind of like if you were to have chicken and waffles. Move that up there. Sort of just like if you were to have chicken and waffles. That chicken is so good. And like I said, if you use the Kentucky kernel flour, make sure you cut it in half with all purpose because it's really salty. This is like, just like the perfect amount of salt. Man, that's good. If I would have had some blue cheese to go along with that, I would have been a happy boy. You get another bite of this and a drink of coffee. And we'll get the, we gotta get the Bigs out here. I don't know where she went. She was underfoot for a while. I have loads of bottled whiskey in my house. My auntie is the manager of Whiskey Bond Distillery. Ooh. I like your aunt already, Senga. But yeah, let's get that beagle out here. Hey, Biggs. Biggs, you want a treat? Beagle. There she is. You want to try a little bit of chicken, even though you got some chicken in your bowl? See, she's seen that she's got chicken in her bowl, so it's going to be... She thinks that's what's going on. She doesn't get the concept of being on the stream. She's like, hey, I got chicken. You guys got to hold up for a second. Few times in the 80s, Susanville. Let's see. No one drinks it at my house. No one drinks it at your house? I'm going to sit here while she's having chicken. I'm going to have some chicken. But yeah, this is the part of the stream where I say thank you to everybody who gave me a shout out last week. Natalia's Fitness, Tuckerverse, Lily's Farm, Mr. Cast Iron, thank you so much for stopping in. Trying to thank some of the other folks that gave me a shout out last week. Hazy Days, Heather White gave me a shout out last night, so that's always nice of her. RB Rails, Rich, thank you so much for your shout out this week. Biggs, you want to bite? You want to bite of this so you can do a little spin action? Ready to do a spin? There you go. Good job. Oh, I just broke my... Oh, guess that's where we end the stream. That's where we end the stream. I went to go bend that down, and it broke. There's the light. Anyway, so we're going to jump off here. We got the spin, and that's going to be about it. So I guess we'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. See you Thursday. All right. See you.